Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing? Beautiful and lovely people. You're here today again with Mihaela. We're taking our supplements where I'm going to advise you, hello, on any kind of ailments and diseases that you want to understand how to look after your body in a better way with natural solutions. I have here my MetaPower Advantage, and it's the recharge, and I have my MetaPower Advantage as well. That's the Advantage, and this is the recharge. Two products which are not missing from my daily routine. Being a woman with menopause for almost 5 years, I'm 48 years old, and I'm going to show you today how to look after your body in a holistic way, body, mind, and spirit. I just want to shake it, so I make sure that everything in the content, it goes in my glass of water, which I have here. And then we'll start taking the oils like we normally do. And joy. A little bit went on my jumper, but it doesn't matter. And then we put everything of the rest in here. Okay? So in case you know why I'm going to look like that. So if you want to find out how to look after your health, body, mind, and spirit, please drop your ailment in the chat. Okay? So yesterday we were talking about Bell's palsy. We were talking about fatty liver. Some people wanted to ask about the bones as well. And yeah, I'm prepared to answer your questions. So what kind of diseases, what kind of ailments are you? Okay, hello. Where are you connecting from, by the way? I'm curious, what country do you connect from? So let's just drop in the chat. If you want to say, and we'll start discussing about melanoma. I have a question here. Los Angeles, Canada. Probably it's very early in the morning, so I do appreciate you for the fact that Canada as well. Wow. Here in the UK, it's 3:15, so I will assume California. So I guess it's very early and on a Saturday, but for the fact that you're taking your time to be here on my live and ask me questions, I do take my hat off. I have my 7:14. Okay, it's not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so let's just look melanoma while I'm taking my first supplement of the day, and I'm going to start with the Zendocrine because this helps me with liver detox. But because you asked me a question about melanoma, let's just have a look. Yeah, well, we know exactly what that is the C disease. Okay, I'm not going to say it just in case you're right to block the live. But it's a form of C, okay, where the cells responsible for producing the melanin, yeah, the pigment, okay, that protects the skin. It's like a skin type of C. Yeah, it's so what is it coming from? Let's just look body, mind, and spirit. And in this case, the body is reacting to chronic stress. So again, do you have a lot of stress in your life? Thank you so much for the roses. I really appreciate you. I'm going to take my capsule while you're answering. So a lot of stress. This type of C is developing from chronic, I will say, chronic stress, and also from the environmental overload. And the skin is the organ, but also represents the boundary, the territory. So what exactly in your life have been affected? Because the skin is that boundary between us as a human beings and the world. And this is why I would like to understand what happened there in your life, because this had multiplied abnormally, and yeah, it will go to melanoma. Okay, and the contributing factors normally for the skin for these factors, I'm talking about external, it's excessive sun exposure. I don't, well, if you tell me if in your country you exposed yourself a lot into the sun, maybe you know there is a lot of toxic overload, like it's happening a lot in the world. We've been exposed to chemicals a lot, heavy metals, which you also take from foods, from eating, and also the oxidative stress. So that's what kind of causes this in time. Okay, I'm going to put this on the side because I know I've taken this one, so I don't take more than I need to. My husband was abandoned, had a harsh life as a young man, and had a bad marriage before me. Yeah, we'll go to the emotional side, to the mind and spirit, and see exactly what's happening. Is it your husband that has melanoma? Or let me go back a little bit and read. Yeah. Um, yes. Okay. Perfect. I understand. His immunity system is all over the place, so he needs to strengthen this. He has chronic inflammation in the body, and his body is signaling that protection mechanisms have gone into overdue, which he's not looking after himself in terms of in terms of his body. In the mind, the skin issues we discussed, because I always have questions in regards to skin, like either acne or psoriasis or a few things. So the skin, exactly like you mentioned, has been abandoned. He has had a harsh life and so on. The skin issues are always related to identity. Who am I in life? Who am I? And exactly like you said, he has been abandoned. So he's always looked for that identity. Who am I? What is my self image? Um, it's feeling seen or exposed. So he struggled with that one. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, this morning and today. Yeah, today is the live. It's a bit earlier because I normally come in the evening, all over the place with the time. But yeah, any advice for autoimmune system disease, rheumatoid arthritis, Hashimoto's? Yes, we discussed again. This question is every other day about Hashimoto and so on. We'll discuss about this next, because that's your next question, Julia. So please stay on the online here. Don't leave. I'm going to finish with melanoma, and then we're coming back to that. So feeling attacked, your husband feeling attacked, feeling judged, and he's judging himself first before anyone else around him is judging. I don't feel seen. I don't feel safe in who I am. And that's, if you go back to the childhood wounds, we understand why, because he has been abandoned. So if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, go and type in YouTube Mahela Hegarty. I have there 2 recorded sessions exactly on childhood wounds, and you will be able to understand there what I'm talking about. He needs to see those videos. He needs to see them, because he will understand better why he has this issue right now. I'm not going to say the name because, again, I don't want the live to be blocked. But his mind is, I don't feel safe in who I am. I must protect myself. I'm being under attack for a long time. And I had to grow a thick skin to survive. And this is why he has exactly what he has. Okay, perfect, sweet sister, no problem. Thank you so much for staying here with me. I'm also taking supplements and capsules meantime while I explain. So the thing that your husband has, it's a long-standing fear. It's a suppressed and also a repressed, I will say, anger. And anger goes to, towards himself, towards his parents, towards people who abandoned, and so on. It's that anger that he carries with him. He's feeling vulnerable in the world. Although he wants to appear strong, he is vulnerable. He's here listening now. It might be painful. It might be very painful because this, what I'm talking about, may trigger a lot of memories. Okay, and this is why we use essential oils. I'm giving an example. So one of the oils that I recommend in this type of C, melanoma, is ylang ylang. Okay, and this is why you'll understand now about the use of essential oils and why do we support our body with this. So in the moment when I'm working to heal and support my body from melanoma or any other type of diseases and ailments, and I inhale a particular oil, this smell, it goes to my amygdala, the limbic system, and it triggers those memories from when I was abandoned, from when I was rejected, from when I was betrayed, when I was suffering from injustice, when I was so and so. Go and have a look at my videos, okay? So ylang ylang I'm talking about, but it's just an example right now. So when you inhale an oil, it goes to the amygdala and it triggers those memories. And this is how you start deep healing. It's the smell is the only sense which goes into the limbic system and it triggers that healing, I will say, because in your husband's case, in your case, because you're here watching, I will say in your case, because I know you're watching, you have an long outstanding fear. You have repressed anger, and you need to look deep inside. Who is this anger towards? You need to start forgiving. That's key in healing. You're feeling vulnerable to the world, and in the spirit, melanoma speaks about boundaries, about protection. And this will reflect, over protecting yourself. And this is coming from protection. You're over protecting so you don't suffer again. This is why you do that. You are living in the survival mode. You are carrying fear for too long. And this is reflecting in the body. If we don't look after our body day by day, supporting, working with our emotions and so on, in time, this will show in illnesses and diseases. You are losing connection with self-love and self-trust. So my invitation to you is, are you safe right now? Do you put yourself this question? Are you safe right now? And I don't know if you're working with oils already, or you pray to God, or there is any way you need to introduce all of this if you haven't. And talk to your body. One of my videos on my channel here, on both, I have YouTube here, I have TikTok there. I say talk to your body, because that's more powerful than anything else. And say to yourself, I'm safe now. You don't need to worry. You don't need to armor anymore. That's what it is. Talking daily, a few times a day, because from a new Germanic medicine perspective, and I've talked about this, I have a full session on YouTube again. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. Let me see that I don't want to, there is all sorts of messages. Melanoma is linked to separation. It's attack, conflict, separation, abandonment, and so on. That's what it is. I was attacked, I was abandoned, I was violated, I was strained, or deeply threatened. So this is what's happening. And probably most likely you have feeling of publicly shamed or humiliated, I don't know, by your parents, by your caregivers, teachers, everyone who contributed. But you do have that feeling of being shamed or humiliated. You have a traumatic experience involving the skin. I don't know exactly what happened, maybe a surgery, maybe an attack, maybe sun, you exposed yourself like sunburn and stuff like that. You have a situation where you felt marked, but marked, it doesn't need to be like cut. No, marked in terms of feelings. You felt exposed, and you have that ongoing emotional attacks without any kind of resolution. So that's what it is with, the active conflict is tension and vigilance. And the healing phase, the tissue changes, becomes visible. And this is where you get this melanoma. What I recommend you is, apart from ylang ylang, which I just showed, copaiba. It's a very, very good anti-inflammatory oil. It will support you to, that inflammation. Hi, good evening, not good evening. It's not evening, not here, probably not in California. I'm so used to do these lives in the evening, so I'm so used to say good evening. Hi, Joanna. So copaiba will help you calm that inflammation, calm your nervous system. It will do that deep emotional grounding. Frankincense this month is still for free. It's worth about $80. So that's the oil, frankincense. Today is the 10th of January. So we have left 5 days when you copaiba. Copaiba, it's spelled, instead of Y, you put B. C-O-P-B. It's hard with spelling. COPAIBA. The first supplement that I took is MetaPower Recharge. MetaPower, and then it says here, Recharge. And that's my magnesium. It's highly absorbable magnesium. I will not take but doTERRA. And don't go ahead and buy whatever magnesium you're looking, because Mahela takes magnesium. No, I only take a particular magnesium, not any magnesium. So just be mindful. I was listening yesterday to a video on YouTube where it says that if you buy cheap oils, cheap supplements, cheap this, cheap that, and so on, you can do more harm to yourself, and the end results are exactly the opposite. So it says that it is anti-inflammatory. You buy a cheap oil, anti-inflammatory. Actually, it will cause inflammation in your body. It says detoxification. Actually, it will overload your body with a lot of toxins because of the components in the oil. So the fact that I showed you and I recommend you oil, don't go and buy any oil just to be cheap. Oh, if she told me I have to do that, I'm going quickly, I'm buying all the oils to make sure that I tick the boxes, and you do more harm. It's better to use nothing instead of using something which can harm you. Could you please show the magnesium again? MetaPower Recharge. Okay, MetaPower Recharge. So frankincense, copaiba, ylang ylang, lavender, helichrysum, tea tree, very important. And if you want to purchase these oils, and to know how to guide you and work together with your husband, message me. Okay, so let's just have a quick look behind my behind the yeah, I can see all sorts of of messages coming, and thank you so much for the patience, because I know that yeah, you're all waiting for answers. So I can see here, any advice for autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and Hashimoto. Okay, let's just look at Hashimoto first. Thank you, and we'll do the arthritis. Hashimoto, okay? Yes, it is an autoimmune disease whereby the immune system attacks the thyroid, okay? The thyroid gland. And let me take one more capsule before I start talking. So I take my Meta Power Assist to keep my fat cells under control so they're not maturing. And also it helps me a lot with sugar cravings and so on. In general, metabolism. Meta comes from metabolism, power. Okay, so it attacks your thyroid gland, and it leads to hypothyroidism. Okay, and the common physical, if we talk body, mind, and spirit, it comes from fatigue. You are always on the go, like in a rat race, low energy, very, very low energy. It comes with weight gain in this case. And also, yeah, it's a tolerance. Thank you so much for, yeah, I don't know. I like that. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Maybe you have hair loss. Maybe you have dry skin, depression, anxiety, panic attacks. You have hormonal imbalances. Let me put those messages up because they're coming all the time. Okay. Also, your immune system is confused. Absolutely, what's happening there? Why are you not looking after me? Your body is in chronic stress mode. This is what's happening, and this is why you've got it. Why have you not been born with Hashimoto? Thank you. I really appreciate you. Why have you not been born with that? Unless it's coming from past lives, which I know not everyone resonates with this. I personally do. And I believe that we can carry in this life. This is why some children are born with the C disease. Okay. But again, the majority of the diseases and ailments are developed later in life. Why? Because you're not looking after your emotions, you're not looking properly after your body. Yes, I will talk about arthritis as well. Let me finish a little bit with the thyroid, because you also ask me about arthritis and thyroid. I will be coming to the other one as well. So I've lost what I wanted to say. You feel exhausted. You feel exhausted from fighting and you can't stop. Okay? Thank you for your work. Thank you for being here and being open for brainwashing. What do I say here? If you continue to be on my live, at some point, earlier or later, something will click there. And that's the moment when you'll be brainwashed. Brainwashed in a good sense, because if you look at the translation, motamo, in terms of word by word of this brainwashing, it comes with a negative sense, but I'm not using it in a negative sense. In the negative sense, I think it implies some bullying to brainwash you. No, here I'm teaching education, I'm teaching information, I'm teaching life lessons, and so on. And this is why, by listening something over and over and over and over again, it will become part of your belief system, whether you like it or not. It's not my theory, it's the theory. Okay, so the thyroid is connected to self-expression, to your voice, okay, because it's the communication center. it's your life pace, and you are hurrying all the time, your suppressed truth. And this is where frankincense will help you, because the frankincense is the oil of truth, is the oil of connection with God, and so on. So you swallow your words. You can't say it properly. You had to silence your words. You had to silence your truth. You have to silence yourself. I don't know what the life issues you have there, but you can't say what you really think. I was there. I discovered that I have thyroid nodules. So I couldn't, because I was working for bosses where I wasn't able to say what I think. Because if I said that, in corporate, that's not acceptable. You have to shut up and swallow. And this is why, in the end, I have developed thyroid nodules. Because if you don't speak out, that's what's happening. You carry the responsibility for everyone around you. You like to be in control, because that control control freak. I must keep going until I'm tired, like a horse, like a Shire horse. You go in front of everyone, you know? And people with Hashimoto, normally you will see that they are caregivers. There are people who put others first. Hello, Matt. It's lovely to see you. So that's what's happening. Let me take some copaiba as well. That's how I look after my health. I take 2 capsules. 2. With my high magnesium, high absorbable magnesium. Okay. People with Hashimoto will also feel unappreciated. So you're looking again and again to be appreciated, because coming back to childhood wounds, you've never been appreciated by your parents. Hi, good evening, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Alexa. You have that suppressed anger. You need to look who is that towards, that anger, that sadness. So you need to go deep and see exactly what's happening. And you, all the time, your mindset is that you must feel strong all the time. It does, you can't show your weakness. Strong all the time, you know. And regarding the spiritually, you have a war against yourself constantly. This is why is this autoimmune diseases. It is a war constantly with yourself, right? You know, it's that self-worth. It's a loss of self-worth. Thank you so much for sharing this video. I really appreciate it, because we need to reach as many people as possible, so they understand exactly, like destruction, sorry, like self-destruction. Exactly. This is why it's autoimmune, because this is what it does. It's you auto-destroy yourself. And I'm telling you, until you will go deep, body, mind, and spirit, that will go worse. That condition will go worse. You are ignoring your intuition, my lovely, for such a long time. Slow down, speak your truth, choose your words. I gave up a 6-figure job, 6-figure, a lot of money. Put there in Google what means a 6-figure job, because I couldn't take this anymore. I was suppressing my self truth. I was exactly what I'm saying about thyroid. I was doing to myself, and I just couldn't do that just for the sake of money. I couldn't. Where are you attacking yourself instead of protecting yourself? But it needs courage. It needs that total mindset change. Even that you have to live probably the first year in poverty. Maybe you have to do, but you're working on yourself, because from a new Germanic medicine perspective, your conflict, if we have to identify it, yeah, your main conflict is I can't keep up. I'm too slow. I must hurry. It's that time. All the time is hurry, hurry, hurry. and so on. Constant pressure to be perfect, constant pressure to perform, deadlines, urgencies. I was there. I don't think there is any kind of, when you are a director, and I was a director, head of service, director in adult social care, deadlines are part of your life. Urgencies are part of your life. Member of inquiries, member of parliament, we call it MP. MP inquiries are part of your life. Responsibility overload are part of your life. So I had all of this and I totally understand you. I'm talking from my own experience here, not like, if I was talking about melanoma earlier in the video today. I can't speak from experience because I never had it. But I'm working with people who had it. So I'm talking from what I advise other people. But for you with thyroid, I'm talking from my own experience, sadly, but it is. So your life is moving too fast. Fear of not being enough in time. You have an unresolved conflict there that you need to start looking, because your body, slowly the metabolism is it's going to let you totally down. Autoimmune phase is prolonged healing attempt. How do you heal that? Essential oils. Work with yourself. This is why. And I'll tell you how it is. If you start using frankincense, okay, this oil, and you apply it daily, like I guide you, where to put it, how many drops, and so on, you will start. What is frankincense doing for you? Through the limbic system, through your bloodstream, everything, the whole body. It will support your immune balance. It will go and repair everything at a cellular level. It will deepen your spiritual grounding. I don't know, have you lost connection with God? Are you still praying? Are you still connecting with God? And so on. New here, great TikToks, thank you. Can you talk about fibrillation sometimes? Okay, yeah, if you have the patience to stay until the end, probably I will. I have to talk about, I can see some comments on the, yeah, okay. So we're coming back. Frankincense, okay? It will do exactly like I said, it will take your body out of that fight-flight mode and so on. Another oil that I recommend for Hashimoto is lavender. Lavender is very grounding, but don't go and buy any lavender. And I was speaking about this again and again and again. You do more harm to your body. Better don't use anything. If you use doTERRA lavender, which is tested, therapeutic grade, it will calm your nervous system. It will reduce that. Thank you so much for the heart. I really appreciate you. It will reduce that autoimmune stress overload. It will support sleep. Using them daily, compounding effect, like you've done all your life. Easily by easily, you've been a masochist to yourself. You've been a masochist. You punished yourself and you talk to your body. I know I've done this for you for so many years. I punished you. I was always in a hurry. You say to yourself whatever you've done. And now you go the other side. I know I've done this for you, but now it's time to look after you. You're safe. You will be in a better position. I was sick the other day. The congestion all over my nose, and I know exactly why. I explained it. I'm not going to explain it right now again. Go and watch my videos on YouTube. I identified the conflict, supporting myself with oils, with supplements, with rest, with this and that, everything together, and I'm okay now. Better and better every day. I'm speaking to my body. I recommend you Clary Sage, myrrh, very important. Okay, I'll show you the oil because I may pronounce it weird because of my accent. Let's see, myrrh. So this is how you write it. Myrrh. Myrrh. But being Romanian by background, English is not my first language, so you'll expect an accent. Copaiba, rosemary, these are very, very powerful oils, okay, that I recommend you for sustaining your thyroid. So now going to rheumatoid arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. Let's look body, mind, and spirit. I hope you're still here, because I love to go deep in. If you raise a question about your diseases, I love to go deep and understand it. Okay, it is do you have multiple arthritis, or it attacks the joints? It attacks especially the hands, knees, wrists, and vertigo. Yeah, I'm here. Okay, let me talk to Julia, and then we'll come back to vertigo. And there is another question before you, but we'll get there. I would love to speak a little bit less, maybe, but anyway. Holistically, let me see what then these messages. It's all sorts of messages coming here. Yeah, so you have chronic inflammation, you have your immune system is overreacting, your body is that constant defense state. Your mind, Julia, is suppressed anger, which is very common in the thyroid as well, and that emotional rigidity. So this is what you have: deep resentment, which is often unexpressed. It kept inside. You're feeling threatened unfairly, because there is a subtle there. You're feeling threatened unfairly. You have to endure things. You can't show your anger, although you feel it. You must be strong and keep going and be strong. So that's in your mind. You have these difficulties in saying no. That's coming also from people pleasing. You're feeling responsibility, and your emotions are stuck. You can't release them. Your spirit, the deeper meaning of rheumatoid arthritis is lack of flexibility in life. You're very rigid. You are very resistant to change. You're holding into your wounds. You treat your wounds as part of yourself. And if you have to let your wounds go and heal, you feel like you're losing your body. You feel like you're losing something, because for you, wounds are your identity. You have a lot of self-criticism. You have a lot of harshness towards yourself. That's why you have arthritis. It's quite sad, because I'm trying to think, and I want to send you all my love, but the healing needs to come from you. I can't instigate that healing. I can only give you the message, I can give you the information, but it needs to come from you. Where have you become rigid instead of flowing? What am I holding into that hurts you, but you don't want to let go? Because your main conflict, me, New Germanic medicine, and this is what you'll find here: holistic healing, body, mind, and spirit, essential oil, supplements, all of that crazy things, voodoo, which is not voodoo, but of course, people don't understand it. But your main conflict, it's self-devaluing conflict, feeling useless, feeling powerless, not good enough, not capable of doing something. You failed. I'm worthless. I can't move forward. That devaluing. I hope I say it right. But you know what I mean. Yeah, it's Yeah, you keep on reliving your childhood traumas. And please go back to my YouTube and watch those, because they are so important, very important. I first oils, copaiba and frankincense. You need them urgently in your life if you want, not to end up in a wheelchair, and maybe worse, bedbound, and who knows. I think only the thought of me being like that, it will scare me so much. I prefer to release all control. I prefer to do anything not to end up like that, because your freedom will be very affected. However, there are people which are afraid of freedom. So for them, becoming bedbound, it's okay, because they love that situation. It's the opposite. If they will have too much freedom, they will be scared. I recommend you turmeric. I recommend you ginger, lavender, wintergreen. Very important. Yeah. So up to you, my lovely. Up to you. I gave you all the information that I can, and now it's up to you. I should make a note of questions. Mhm. Okay. So let me see if I have other questions. No, I think I've seen one here. Atrial fibrillation. Okay, I think that's the next one. And then we have, one second, vertigo. Okay, so I'm going to make a note before I forget. Okay, so please bear with me. So I take them all in hand. So we're speaking now about atrial fibrillation, and then we'll go to vertigo. How much water should be drinking? Well, that's a good question, especially that my last video was on those 8. I think you can drink, but don't forget about magnesium, because if you drink pure water with nothing in it, then you are draining your magnesium out of the body. But if your water is with magnesium, like in my case, and I also put citrus oils, like I'll show you in a second how I put them. So for example, lemon. Okay, I'll show you now how I put 1-2 drops. Okay, then yes, that's okay, because your body will retain that water better than, flush it out immediately together with the minerals and what you have in your body. So this is why I recommend always the water with magnesium. So do you sell these oils? How it works, my lovely Denise, it works like that. I am a doTERRA consultant. So doTERRA is the company that I am, maybe you can see there, doTERRA is the oil company, the supplement company that I partner with. And I'm here to promote education, to promote information, and to give you all the tools that you need to start your healing. If you resonate with what I say, if you resonate with having me as a consultant, you message me and I'll send you a link based on what we discuss. So you're telling me you have atrial fibrillation, you have C disease, you have vitiligo, you have whatever, vertigo. Then we discuss, you give me your overview so I understand what's your ailments, what your challenges, and so on. I'll give you a link, and through that link, you create your own account and you buy them directly from the company, but with my help, which means that I will become your consultant and I will guide you in your healing journey. How to use the oils. That's how doTERRA works. In the moment when you buy the oils through that link, I come packaged. I am packaged together with those oils, but I'm not going to go to the post office and put them and post them to you. It's all done through the link, okay? And in that link, you will buy the oils, and then I'll guide you how to use them. On this channel, I just give general information, what will help you. Copaiba, frankincense, clary sage, whatever. But in order to see how many drops, where to apply them, how to apply them, and so on, the benefits, the time of the day, that is done personalized, and when you buy the oils. I hope I made myself clear. Where are you from? I'm from Romania, but I live in the UK for 19 years. So yeah, thank you. Okay, coming back to atrial fibrillation. Excuse my language. I will make a note of hair loss, but we have vertigo after. So if you can, oh, thank you so much. I love your accent. Thank you. It is what it is. And I saw another video on, I don't know, I can't remember if it was on TikTok or Instagram, where it says, a person with an accent being criticized that, they pronounce the words weird, because you will find I will pronounce some words weird. But when you speak 2 or 3 or 4 languages or 5 languages and you have an accent and you only speak one, you can't criticize a person who speaks 5 languages because you only speak English or you only speak whatever language. So it's weird, criticizing. And trust me, I am so exposed to hater in one of them being about the accent. But yeah, I don't mind. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. So, atrial fibrillation, the body says it's a heart rhythm disorder, irregular and chaotic, all of that. And the common symptoms probably you already experiencing, irregular or very rapid heartbeats. You have palpitations. My father actually has this. You have shortness of breath. Depends, especially if they are associated with panic attacks. You have fatigue. You have a lot of weakness in your body, anxiety, depression, chest weakness, chest tightness, discomfort as well. Thank you so much for sharing this video. You have dizziness, because your heart has lost its rhythm. PCOS, I have so many videos on PCOS as well. So many videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Okay. I'm making notes, so I know exactly which question shall I prioritize after that. Thank you. Your heart has lost the rhythm. Your nervous system is overstimulated. You have that imbalance between your sympathetic and parasympathetic. Hello, Natalia. It's lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Great. So you have that imbalance between the sympathetic and parasympathetic, and then you're thinking in the mind, what's happening there? Overload, long-term worry. Hello. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. You have fear of loss again. Person, role, identity. Maybe you lost a person. Maybe you lost your identity. You have that emotional chaos in your life. You're not feeling emotionally safe. And heart is related to love. You lost that love. You carry responsibility for others. You are highly sensitive, but you are living in constant alert mode, which is showing not self-love. You suppress fear instead of expressing it. That is also self-love. And heart is the center of love. Okay? So, yeah, you have a disconnection with your inner peace. You're living out of alignment. So true. I wish I wasn't true. I wasn't right. Yeah, but because I study a lot new Germanic medicine, I study the diseases, I studied, and not necessarily like a doctor. A doctor will know that the sympathetic system does that, that the parasympathetic does that, the heart does that, the liver function. No, I study it from a holistic, like a spiritual side, what's happening spiritually, because I understood, well, there is a video there, I understood the assignment. I understood that our diseases are coming from what we feel, from what we experience, and we're not saying it. This book will help you a lot to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, it's weird, it doesn't look, but I'm going to the complete dictionary, the complete dictionary of ailments and diseases, the complete dictionary of ailments and diseases. Okay, it's written by Jacques Martel. Jacques Martel. And this book, literally, and more, because it's not only this book and I become all of this. No, New Germanic medicine studies, there are courses which are thousands of pounds. You pay thousands of pounds for them to teach you information which are not available by a Google. I put it quickly in Google and no. Coming back to your heart, loss of self-trust. You have a loss of self-trust. So true, everything starts in our head, the good and the bad. Yes, in our head, in our soul, in our heart, it's there. And then the ultimate show, like where it shows, it's in the ailments and diseases. This is where it starts: mind, spirit, and it reflects into the body in diseases and ailments, because you lack trust in life, you and so on. And all trauma is in our body. It is, and it comes from the childhood. But you need to start talking again to your body. And one of my videos is about that. Talking to your body is more powerful than any supplements. Talk, come back to yourself, come back to your heart. Messages. You're safe now, because your main conflict in regards to heart fibrillation is territorial conflict, shock conflict, fear for life, fear for love, fear for love yourself and others. Yeah, everything, it's, my heart can't take this anymore. To get back into your body. No, I don't have like a step by step, but this I more guide when I work on one-to-one, because if I will have videos explaining step by step how to come back into your body, some people might not understand it. It's very metaphysic, it's hard to understand. And this is why in the moment when people are deciding, yes, I want to start the oils, I want to start this inner work, then I explain how to come back to your body as well. Thank you. So the healing phase, it's when you come back to yourself, leave the fear, panic, loss, separation, whatever you feel, and start using oils, calm your nervous system. And I recommend you copaiba. It's copaiba and frankincense should be in every house. It calms your nervous system immediately. Actually, let me prepare a capsule while I'm also talking, because you know me and my capsules. I love doing my capsules. Thoughts on uterine fibroids, menopause. Yeah, I'm menopausal as well. I think we can stay here the whole day and answer questions. But yeah, that's the an empty capsule. And then we'll be taking more oils in it. One of them I'm going to put copaiba because I think I took it out. Yeah, copaiba. So this is what I recommend you, my lovely. Marjoram, ylang ylang, because that will take you back to your childhood. See exactly what's happening. Frankincense and copaiba, okay? And we're going to vertigo, because the next question here on my list is vertigo. And then I have hair loss, PCOS, and uter fibroids. I'm hoping to say a little bit about everyone, but my problem, I think, my problem is to go too deep. And I would like to understand my audience. Do you prefer me to go so deep, or do you prefer me to say one sentence about everything? I'm going to put some lemon as well. How do you prefer? Do you prefer it shorter, or do you prefer it like this, longer? I want to interact a little bit with you. Do you want to understand it a bit more, or do you want one word? So, for example, vertigo in your body, loss of balance, and then we go to the longer. Okay, yeah. So I have one, and this is frankincense. However you feel. Yeah, my feeling is longer, but because I like to talk about that. That's a capsule, and I'm taking it with my magnesium. So because I have magnesium here, I can drink as much as I can. Because my body will not flush. I have already magnesium. Do you have a separate free guide outside of... I have my videos on YouTube. I have there a few videos on how to use them, on how to... I talk about emotional healing there. If you go into the Google and YouTube and put there Mihaela Hegarty, you will be able to see my channel. And in the moment when you see my channel, you'll be able to see a few videos there. And I'm taking now my VMG, which stands for vitamins, minerals, and greens. So again, this is a daily thing for me. I'm not skipping it, even in vacation. And my next vacation, I think it's in May, I think. I don't know. Until then, I'm free of vacations. I don't. I used to love vacation, and I used to like holidays. I'm talking. I used to love them, but now I find them a hassle because I serve more. I serve my community more. Then I was more focused towards me, like kind of selfish. And now, because I'm serving more, I find it hard to go on vacations. Anyway, but yes, I will be going to Poland in the end of May because of my doTERRA yearly convention. So until then, I will be here with you every single day. So I put here my VMG, and we're talking about vertigo from a body, mind, and spirit perspective. And yeah, if we look at the body, you have dizziness, and I had vertigo, very bad vertigo in October. And one of my friends put me at the bioresonance machine. Joanna, you'll have this today in about 2 hours with Anna Maria. If you're still here on my live, Joanna, please drop a message in the chat, because you do have that bioresonance in about 2 hours with Anna Maria. And I want feedback from you, what you think about that. So, and she put me on the bioresonance, and I was struggling with this vertigo for a week. And she told me straight away, it's because you're not aligned. Yes, I'm aware. I'm glad that you are here. And this is a very, very good procedure, Joanna. I'm not joking. You will find out things that you are not even thinking about. And I told you that she's charging 1,331 British pounds for one scanning. But because you're part of the team, you're using the oils, you're willing to heal, and all of that for you is absolutely for free. But this thing, this bioresonance is real. It's really very good. Okay, so I had that vertigo, and she put me on the machine, and she said, you're not fulfilling your life, you are out in alignment with your alignment, and therefore you have, God is shaking you. The same with you who has vertigo. God is shaking you. He wants to tell you something and you're not listening. And this is why you will keep on having this vertigo until you will understand your life mission. You're out of balance, you're lost. I'm so thankful. I still don't understand how I can be done remotely. Ask Anna Maria. It can be done remotely. A lot of things we don't believe. But in that moment when I had vertigo, I wasn't with Anna Maria. I was in my sister's house, and she was in her house, which about 2 hours away from me. And you can do it. Believe it before you see it, and you'll see. It's just, I believe it is possible. Okay. So you have ear pressure, ear ringing, probably that tinnitus, whatever it, tiny tinnitus, yeah. Anxiety, it comes with, you have that nervous system overload. This is what's happening in vertigo. Your mind, confusion, indecision, you're feeling overwhelmed. That fear of losing control. You have to control everything by the book. The fork needs to be in a particular way in that washing machine. It can't be another way. It has to be in a particular way. Well, I'm giving a weird example with the dishwasher, but that's kind of how you like to control. Too many choices, sudden changes in life, mental overload, and in spirit, loss of inner center, loss of connection. You are disalignment. You lost your grounding. Stop living in the future. Come back to your present. Come back to your center. Don't rush. Don't, life moves too fast for you. We need to chill a bit. Yeah. It's in the opposite with the thyroid. For them, everything moves like that. And the new Germanic medicine with vertigo is conflict of direction, disorientation. Oh, what do I do? What shall I do? What shall I do? It's disorientation. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate you. You don't know where you belong. We don't know where shall I go? Oh, thank you, Anna Maria. It's so good. We were talking about you. We were talking about you, that Joanna has a bioresonance with you in about 2 hours. Literally, we were talking and you appeared. Okay. So with the vertigo, and I also told my audience about the fact that you put me on the bioresonance from the distance, and you healed my vertigo. I was dreading it. It was for a week constantly, and it only stopped when you put me on that bioresonance, and I started these videos that I'm posting now on my channels. That was the moment when it stopped, and I haven't had it since. Hi from Scotland. Hi, good day. One of my friends now is in Edinburgh. I've been in Edinburgh. I've been in the Highlands. It's lovely. I've been to Mount. Oh, what's the name? Please remind me in the chat. What's the name of that mountain? I'm so bad with. Oh, thank you. Hello from Seattle. Lovely. I'm from Edinburgh. Great to see you. Great to see you from Seattle. My God. Can you please remind me from Melbourne, Australia? Wow, that's amazing. I also had a friend in Australia. So many memories because we're social workers, and she came to the UK to work. And yeah, this is how I met her, from Melbourne. Esther Perani. Yeah. Oh. But please remind me of the name. Mount Where are you from, honey? I am from Romania, but live in the UK. I live in England, in the south, near London, Basingstoke. Basingstoke. Whoever knows this city. Well, it's not a city, it's more like a town. And doTERRA oils for vertigo, apart from the bioresonance, thank you so much for the hearts, are peppermint. And I'll show you how I use peppermint. I absolutely love using it that way. Mount, come on, you need to tell me. Oh, thank you so much, Vecina Ekaterina. Ekaterina, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. There is a comment in Romanian. I won't read it just because this is an English channel, but thank you. I understand what you're saying. So I put 1 drop on my thumb. Let's hope that only 1 drops come out, not a million. Okay, there you are. That's the drop. That's the drop. One, a little bit went on my desk as well. There we are. And then I press it on the roof of my mouth. Of course, I hold it for much longer than that. But if I will hold it here for 5 minutes, then you'll all go. You know what I mean, yeah? But this is how you use it. You hold it for about 5 minutes to clear that mental fog, to support your circulation, and to help that nausea and dizziness. It will help you amazing. Frankincense, another oil, it grounds your nervous system. It will support that brain-body connection, okay? And it will bring you that emotional clarity. It's very important. This is not quite dissolved. I'm also glad to know you too. Thank you and welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you. Yeah, we talked about type 2 diabetes, but I'm going to put it as well here. We'll take it all in turn. Lavender again, vetiver, balance. It will help you exactly like it says on the tin. Let's see what else. Basil. Yeah, it's very important for vertigo. And deep blue you can use on the forehead. What machine do you think is the best for frequency healing? I think it's the bioresonance. What do you think, Anna? I had Zyto as well, but Zyto is a baby in comparison to the... I don't know if you're still here, Anna. If you are, can you explain? Because Anna is more into these machines that you're talking about healing. Yeah, can you explain a little bit, maybe in a few words? Would you like to come on live with me right now? Shall I invite you so you can explain? I don't know if you can talk. Before I go into hair loss, because the next on my list is hair loss. And this is still not dissolved. Tell me if you can speak a little bit so you can explain. I am the distributor for Scion Biofeedback Resonance. Same, my reform. I am with a client. Okay, well, Anna can't talk right now. She's full, like literally back to back. So you can see Joanna, she has a client right now, then you are the next, and who knows when she'll finish today. Every single day she's so busy, even at this price. Yes, please join me live. I can definitely do a live with you, it's not a problem. What do you think about teeth cavities? First of all, don't use that. Just 1 second, because people are calling me. They don't know I'm in a live. Yeah, so you're speaking there, but let's just speak about the hair loss, and then I'll come back to, teeth. Stop taking that fluoride thingy. with toothpaste. You need to properly look after your teeth. My daughter is messaging me that she wants to buy something. Okay. So hair loss, physical body. What is what's happening there? Hormonal imbalances. You have stress. You lost that identity. You have thyroid imbalance, nutrient depletion, and if you take and you think you take quality supplements, then you're not, because that will show you in the hair loss. I am taking the MetaPower Advantage collagen with 9 types of collagen, 9 types. And this is why I have followed you. I can speak to you when we're free. Perfect. You see, people are making connections here. People are making connections, and this is what we love. Let me take my supplements, which are highly absorbable. I don't have hair loss. Actually, all of this baby hair, which is very annoying, to be honest, very annoying, but I have now, I can't do anything about it. It's growing because I absorb my supplements. Yeah. That was bone nutrient, by the way, which is also helping me with my bones. Being menopausal for 5 years, I need to support my bones, otherwise they will start cracking and so on. So you have poor scalp circulation. This is why your hair is falling. In your mind, you have chronic stress. Stress, makes your hair fall. Fear, loss of control. You feel unsafe. I have cystosis in the liver, pancreatitis, use hair loss. I'm 66. Yeah, you're in the right place. Let's just listen how to look after body, mind, to look from a body, mind, and spirit perspective in regards to your illnesses. Thank you. Thank you. You are under pressure, and this is why you have hair loss. You don't feel secure. You're losing your power. You don't recognize yourself anymore. You're in that survival mode all the time. Because the hair, it falls when the nervous system is stuck in survival mode, and this is when the hair starts falling. And you need to support your body with high absorbable collagen. Ours has 9 types, which makes it very absorbable in comparison to collagens on the market, which only has 1 or 2 collagens, which are targeting maybe the skin. Ours are targeting joints, skin, hair, teeth, bones, etc. And in your spirit, your hair represents strength, represents your identity, represents your personal power, your vitality. So your soul's message of this hair loss is you are holding too much fear. You are shedding an old identity. This is what it is. The hair loss normally appears when major life transitions are happening. Where do I get your supplements? Message me, and it's through the link I was explaining throughout the video. I don't know if you came a bit later, but how it works with doTERRA is I send you a link. Through that link, you complete name, address, whatever, and you pay, and doTERRA ships you the products. And I come packaged as your consultant. I need to guide you how to take them, when to take them, and so on. But the link, it's a secured link where you pay. I'm not maneuvering money or addresses, shipping costs whatsoever. How can I get rid of extreme inflammation? I can't move. Inflammation, it's a big one because every disease, it has that inflammation. You know, I'm going to speak about that as well. But coming back to hair loss, New Germanic medicine conflict, separation. Is there something else that I should do besides replacing fluoride paste? I've already done that. Yes, we need to work on body, mind, and spirit, because teeth. It's yeah. Well, let me give the oils for the hair loss: rosemary, lavender, cedarwood, frankincense, clary sage. All of this, make a mix and then apply it. Let's just go to quickly to teeth, because I can see you're still here, but I'm going to cut this, whatever I might have, because I don't know when we'll finish all of that. Teeth. Yeah, so you need good minerals, you need good vitamins in your body, but absorbable. And I'm not talking about something cheap because you can't afford, or you can't be bothered, or you need high absorbable. This is why I'm taking my vitamins, my minerals, my LLVs. This I'm going to take right now, omegas, alpha CRS, which is the cellular regeneration, and vitamins and greens, vitamins and minerals, VM, vitamins, minerals. So you need this in your life, because your tooth are dependent on mineral balance. Now, your nervous system, you need to calm down. I don't know, your jaw tension, you have a lot of stress. You need to look at all of this together. I know, in your opinion, what it has stress to do with teeth? It does. It really does. Because the teeth are not just for chewing, they represent strength, they represent defense, they represent survival. For tooth, I recommend On Guard oil. Yeah, it's exactly clove, peppermint, frankincense, copaiba, lavender. It's all of this, and I'll explain. But in the mind, you have stress, pressure, you have anger inside, you have unspoken words, you have a fear of confrontation. You have like to bite my tongue, bite also from teeth. You need to bite your tongue, and you need to look body, mind, and spirit. Although you are looking for a quick fix just for the body, my God, now I need to do something for the teeth right now. No, you need to look body, mind, and spirit, because if you don't look like that, the problem will still be there. This is why weight loss and all of that is not happening until you address all the three areas. Why did you put on weight? Why did you do that? So you have to bite your tongue in your daily life. You can't say what you really think. So you need to address this if you want your teeth to become better. You need to stay strong no matter what. You need to, you're in constant pressure, because I don't know if you're grinding your teeth as well. Please respond. Until you respond, I'm going to take some supplements. I'm taking my omegas right now. Do you have teeth grinding? Answer yes or no. No. Okay? No problem. And in your spirit, why do you have the teeth issues? Is because of personal power. Because the teeth are representing your personal power, which is affected. Your ability to defend yourself. Confidence. How do you stay with your confidence? How do you stay with the transgenerational healing, family lineage? Okay. Your soul is saying to you, where are you forcing yourself to stay strong? I don't know, maybe it's work, maybe it's family, maybe it's relationships. Where are you forcing yourself to stay strong? What truth are you afraid to express? Okay, because, well, I just want to ask you, Sergio, did you ask about the teeth? Are you the person who said about the teeth? because that's what everything that I said so far, it's about teeth. Yes, okay. Yeah, so I asked you a few questions there. So where are you forcing yourselves to stay strong? Like where in your life? Is it in your relationship with your wife? Arthritis, we discussed. Rheumatoid arthritis. Please go on my, this is a recorded session. Please go on my YouTube and watch this replay. Mihaela Hegarty, the same name as it's this channel, the same name. Go on my YouTube and you'll find it there. Still interested? Okay. Yeah, I can see Ana Maria is replying to you in Romanian. Yeah, because it's she sees that you are Romanian. However, this is an English channel. I find it hard to. Well, I can speak Romanian, but it's I don't know. It's disrespectful because we are here in English. But what she already said about On Guard, I recommend you peppermint, frankincense, copaiba, lavender. But again, look body, mind, and spirit. And let's just have a look here. I'm interested in fibroids question. Okay, I'll carry on with my English. Fibroids. Let's have a look. Although I discussed this in the past, yeah, it's a non-C. You know what that word, CAN and so on. Yeah, it's a non-C growth in the uterus. This is what means these fibroids. Okay, and you know the symptoms. You know, like heavy irregular periods. I don't know if you have that. You also have pelvic pressure. So good. This tastes of lemon and also of pineapple. You have lower back pain. Does it reflect there? Menopausal. Okay, yes, I'm menopausal as well for 5 years. Bloating. You know, and for this bloating, I recommend Zengest. Very important to support your bloating with Zengest. You have fatigue. You have hormonal imbalances because this will come, you know, the menopause will come with hormonal imbalances, especially estrogen, okay? Estrogen dominance. And you'll have chronic inflammation in your body, poor lymph, and this is why I recommend the lymph, but of course, that's not one size fits all. But one of the symphony of the cells that I recommend is lymphatic. It says there lymphatic. Okay, it's this lymphatic symphony of the cell. It's well 10 oils, 10 steps, and then you apply. And it is very good for cystitis, for dermatitis, for exactly like you said, what you have also for tinnitus, for swollen lymph nodes, kidney stones, anything. It's very good. Hormonal, yeah. And hormonal as well. One of the other is hormonal balance. So that's another protocol that I recommend. But you need guidance on that, okay? With all of that inflammation in your mind, let's look mind and spirit as well, because it's not only your body. Remember, the body is 33%. You have emotional tension. Just analyze your life, what's happening. Of course, absolutely it is a spiritual issue. 100%. I don't know if you've been here on my lives again, well, in the past. I don't know, but we are talking here every disease. I know, but every disease and ailment in the body has a mind and spirit connection. It has a conflict apart from accidents and poisoning. Everything it has. So, from a new Germanic medicine perspective, the fibroids are linked to territorial or nurturing conflict. So this is where your conflict is, territorial or nurturing. Okay, so in the and these are in the reproductive organs. Okay, so conflict or feeling your space or boundaries are threatened. I don't know your life situation, but I will say, for example, a woman whose husband wants to make love with her and she doesn't feel like that. Okay, I'm not saying it's your case, I'm just giving an example. Okay, so that's kind of a conflict of feeling your space, boundaries are threatened. You're feeling unable to care for your family or for yourself. That's also part of your conflict, and this is why you have the fibroids. If you don't start looking after those now, they will go worse, because that's what the body is happening. Is that inner conflict around fertility, around motherhood, around self-expression. So that's your conflict. Okay, you cannot express yourself. You just can't. You're stuck. You feel powerless. You feel that suppressed needs, to avoid. Okay, I can see. You're holding resentment towards others. You're feeling trapped in the life circumstances. Hello, good evening. Well, now I can say good evening. It's almost dark outside. They worsened when I became my parents' caretaker. Yeah, you need to define your boundaries. Hi, Alex. You need to release that control of perfectionism. I know exactly that, but you need to come back to your femininity energy and to learn the lessons that the life is putting in front of you. You need to reconnect with your body's cycle. So here you use essential oils. This is what will help you tremendously, because you are going, by using them, exactly like I guide you, you are honoring your body. You become feminine again. What are you holding in you that no longer serves you? What are you holding? Because clearly it's coming from the control. Clary Sage. I'm going to make a capsule right now, because Clary Sage is one of the oils that I personally connect a lot with, because being menopausal, I have to look after my hormones as well. And this is why one of the oils that I deepen with, it's Clary Sage. Okay, and this is what I recommend you as well. First oil in fibroids is Clary Sage. Okay, because that will balance that feminine hormones. And let's just put it, a few drops. 5. I take 5. You take whatever I discuss with you. You don't do whatever I do, because that will be one size fits all, and we don't believe in that here. Again, Clary Sage will support uterine health. It will calm emotional swings. It's a very good oil. This is why I take it. Then is geranium. Again, that's also coming back to your feminine life, to femininity. Geranium, you need to deepen a lot with geranium. If you have any issues with, even with PCOS, there was a lady at some point asking me about PCOS. That's the same oils. Very good. You need to come back to your femininity, because if you don't return to femininity, those will grow into something which is C. Now it's non-C. And again, geranium will support that lymphatic circulation, will balance the reproductive hormones, and will also ground you. Start returning to nature. People, Don't be stupid and go to pharmacies and take medication. You harm yourself. You do harm yourself. Don't believe in that, because big F, big F, it's a business which makes you dependent. Oh, how can we get them getting worse so we can produce more? That's what they do. They trick you. They trick you. How I'm going to sell those people even more medication and more medication so they become more sick. They believe, because they trick your mind, you will resolve the liver, whatever, or the fibroids, or the vertigo, or whatever, but then you damage 5 other organs, or you damage your inner peace, or you damage much more. This is why return to nature. Return to what our body is recognizing. The molecules of essential oils, they are deeply recognized. Your body feels is natural, is nature. I respond well. This is why you're here, to be brainwashed into that system of beliefs. Lavender is the next flower you've seen. So far, you have already 3 flowers that you need to connect with. So, where's the cap? Where did I put the cap? We close it. Okay, that's another capsule. Return to nature. Frankincense, another oil. I already took it. It will promote you that emotional resilience in all of this process, because it won't be an easy process. It will be a long-term process. You won't heal from one day to another. You need to have patience, and this is where frankincense comes in. It comes in to give you that emotional resilience, to be patient with yourself, to support that deep relaxation, your body awareness, grounding. It's a grounding oil. Okay, copaiba, anti-inflammatory. It's a must in your issues. Calm the tension. It will support when you feel overwhelmed. Let me put my last one, and then I'm going to close the live. My collagen. Yeah. We need to return to nature, absolutely. Otherwise, let me, okay. I just put my collagen, 9 types of collagen. Without this, my body will not be supported properly in my menopause. So I need this every single day, together with so many other things. I am taking supplements and essential oils for 6 years. 6 years, not 1, not 2, not 3. 6 years. And I thrive, absolutely thrive. I'm on the path of healing, I still have challenges. I'm not liberated, but I support my body with natural solutions, because I know these are the best. I have not taken any medication in 6 years. Last time I remember taking omeprazole, because I was a believer in that shit or from the pharmacy. I was exactly like 99.99%. That's great. Thanks for sharing with us. Of course. But you know what's happening. If you don't apply what I'm saying, it will become like a puddle. Let's say that we have a puddle in which you keep putting water and water. And what's happening? If you put too much information without acting on it, it will start to stink, because it's information which is stuck in your head and you don't act on it. This is why it's very important, whatever you hear, to put in practice. Otherwise, it's dead information. You're here just to lose time, in my opinion. Whoever doesn't put this in practice, it's here to lose time. And the puddle, which you keep feeding yourself every single day with, it stinks at some point. So, yeah. Let's talk about type 2 diabetes. And by then, probably I finish my, and that's the last one, because I need to go after this. It's already 5 o'clock. Yeah, type 2 diabetes, and then I'm taking my collagen. It's a metabolic disorder, okay? Type 2. And your body is struggling to regulate the sugar, blood sugar. What's happening? Yeah, hello, hi, good evening. California, good day, because probably in your time zone is day. Here it's evening. Insulin resistance, and I was there. I was obese. Go on my profile. I have 3 playlists there. One of them is on motivation. One of them is on weight loss, exactly where I was 2 years ago, 3 years ago almost. And one of them is on essential oils. So if you have type 2 diabetes, definitely you have insulin resistance. You have that pancreatic function imbalance, poor diet, high sugar, processed foods, sedentary life. All of that, it's happening in your life. I'm going to make more capsules, and I'm going to take oregano. Just bear with me, because I'm also trying to speak. Multitasking, it's hard, but yeah. So oregano, it's one of the oils that I deepen with when I have challenges, and and I had the other day, I had sinuses issues. So we want to make sure that we look after our body with natural solutions. 3, 4, 5, 6 drops. I'm putting 6 drops of oregano. So also type 2 diabetes, it comes with fatigue. It comes with maybe a lot of urination. You go to the bathroom. This is what I mean. You go to the bathroom quite a lot. Maybe you feel thirst all the time. And I'm going to put some ilang ilang. You feel hunger, and you go to food for emotional support, because you want to feel, that happiness, endorphins, which are given to you by food rather than by natural solutions, by connecting with your body, meditation, pray, and so on. You have, if you have a wound, for example, you cut yourself or you burned yourself, it's the wound is slow healing. So yeah, that's the capsule so far. So I'm going to put some tea tree and some On Guard. On Guard, it's another oil. You have weight gain as well, and I had it there. I didn't have type 2 diabetes, but I had insulin resistance. 4 drops of On Guard, and I'm going to finish with 1 or 2 drops of tea tree. Tea tree. These are pure essential oils, tested and with therapeutic grade. So this is why I take them internally. I know exactly that it is safe for me. And I take these oils for 6 years with no doctor check, nothing. I listen to my body. If I feel that I have to support it in a particular way, I introduce other heavy artillery. If I need to support it in another way, I'm looking around here in these black boxes. When I'm talking about black boxes, I'm talking about these black boxes. These black boxes, and I have 3 of them, which are one there, one here, and one here. This is what you'll find here on this channel. Okay, So, type 2 diabetes, chronic inflammation. You need LLVs immediately in your life. LLVs, okay? Omegas, you have obesity, probably excessive visceral fat. What means visceral fat? Means fat around your organs. And when I started my weight loss, I was 45 years old. That is called biological age because that's when you're born. But the metabolic age is what the age of your organs. The way it's also considered that visceral fat. Everything is taken in consideration. That was 63, and I was 45. That is cruel to be 45 as an age, but inside to be 63. It's crazy. It can be worse, but even I found it shocking. You have hormonal imbalances, toxicity a lot from your diet, from your environment. Number one is detox. I don't want to tell my metabolic age well, you can tell it. Why not? People need to know. You should, because now you're much better. You're much better, Anna. You're much better because of Meta Power. Meta Power. And this is what I'm going to take next. Meta Power oil. And you saw me taking and that's the soft gels. Actually, let me take the soft gels and then I'll do the last capsule with the oil. Again, when you have, let's look emotionally, because what did we say? That every disease, apart from accidents and poisoning, has an emotional, three of them. Any oils I can use for my face? Yes, I'll show you in a second what I use. I only use oils. I don't use creams. So I have one of the oils that I love to use. It's this one, Yarrow Pom. How do I use it? You'll see it in a second. This is almost gone. Let me see. In this one, I have two of them. Okay, that's better. Okay, so that's what I do. I know I look like a weirdo. I am a weirdo. But I'm 48 and I do feel like 32. So I put coconut oil and now I spread it. That's one of the oils, but you'll see me using loads of oils on my face. Loads. Almost every oil, apart from citrus, I put it on my face. No more blue. No more blue. And this keeps my skin amazing looking. I hardly have any kind of wrinkles at 48. Very little. What coconut oil do you use? doTERRA. Gary, and welcome to my life. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to see you. Only coconut oil. Only from doTERRA. That's the fractionate coconut oil. So I take it from here, from this recipient, and I put it in this recipient because this one doesn't have a pump. So for me, it's easier to use it in that. Okay. So that's what I use, and you will see me taking frankincense. Look, frankincense is number one for skin. So what I do, I put 3 drops. I already put the coconut oil, and I apply this as well. That's what I do. That's my routine with face, because you asked me, right? I put lavender, I put geranium, I put every oil apart from citruses. And the only thing that I don't put citruses is because they are photosensitive. So they're not good with the sun. You look 26, 28. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. You know, and it's also important how I feel inside. For me, even that I am 48 years old in March, in 2 months, I feel inside 32. I have a scale there which it calculates my metabolic age. And metabolic age right now is 32. So my organs are feeling 32. Okay, so you can, again, ylang ylang, it's another oil that I ylang ylang. Let's any oil, honestly, any oil that it comes to your mind, because I put 1 drop and I put it here and I just put it there and on my neck. Any oil. What supplements do you take, please? Quite a few. Quite a few, and I've literally taken them throughout this video. MetaPower Recharge, VMG, collagen, bone nutrient, 2 types of MetaPower, LLVs, loads, bone nutrient, alpha CRS, which is the cellular regeneration. I'm taking them right now. Loads. And my water has, thank you. Wow, you look amazing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. I really appreciate you, everything that you're saying, and for taking your time to look at the crazy woman with supplements. Let's just take the last capsule because then I have to go. MetaPower. I'm going to put the MetaPower, and let's see. You choose some oils. Come on, we have 13 people right now. Tell me some oils. Hi, good evening. So lovely to see you here, Miriam. It's so lovely to see you. So I'm taking MetaPower. Normally I put 15 drops, but because I want to have other oils in these capsules, I will only put, you saw how many. Sorry. So tell me, talk about magnesium is needed for our body. Yes, it's very important. And Gary, you know, I was doing a video yesterday why magnesium it's so important, you know, to drink water with magnesium, because otherwise you will just flush and you will not absorb anything. So magnesium, 1 second, so I can put some more water, and I want to also put some oils. Please drop an oil in the comment for me to take. And if there is in doTERRA, I will take it right now. Yeah, ideally something which I have not taken before, but if it is, I'll put it. So magnesium, you know, if it's a crucial mineral. Vetiver. Okay, I'll put vetiver. Let's put vetiver, but with this, you know very well, we have to be patient. Yesterday I put vetiver, Sergio, and therefore you know that it's a oil which needs a lot of patience. But in the same time, we continue with why magnesium it's very important for us. So it's a crucial mineral, like I said. It has over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, if you can imagine that. If you can imagine it, like energy production, muscle and nerve function, so important. Bone health, blood sugar regulation. It has that heart rhythm. It gives you a healthy heart, and also good blood pressure. It's amazing. If you have magnesium deficiency, it's an issue. And when you do have it, that magnesium deficiency, you start having muscle cramps. How many of you have muscle cramps? It's starting to come out, but still we need to be patient, because vetiver is an oil which is like honey. Someone described it yesterday. The consistency is like honey. Me, Joanna, I understand. So in the moment when you have magnesium deficiency, then you will have cramps. Okay, so clearly you do have cramps because you have this magnesium deficiency, fatigue, low energy, you have headaches, migraines. Do you see? Finally, one drop of vetiver came out. It's a natural somnifer, correct? Yeah, it's a very good. Without magnesium, without my high absorbable magnesium, I am not functioning at all. So I took vetiver. One more oil, please, because we still have a lot of space. So please, again, coming back to magnesium deficiencies, headaches, migraines, cramps, you have insomnia. I know you do. Constipation, not in all the people, but I know. Gary, do you have constipation? I can't remember exactly, but and also in the body level, if you have the magnesium deficiency, it's from poor diet, processed foods sometimes. Okay, yeah, then you need magnesium, and it has to be highly absorbable, of course. Only doTERRA, again, tested, purity, therapeutic grade, highly absorbable. Again, caffeine overdose, caffeine and alcohol overuse, overdose, too much. Maybe certain medication, like diuretics. I don't know what kind of medication, but something which comes into my mind. And this is why lemongrass, perfect. Oh, thank you. Yes, I wanted to take the lemongrass. I wanted yesterday. One of my favorite oils. Thank you so much. Do you like it? What, lemongrass or what? To like what? Lemongrass. And I will put valerian. Perfect. I think that's it really, because then I only have half of the capsule. So that's enough. That doesn't mean that I will stop, because the day for me doesn't stop today. Well, after this life, it will continue. I'll take more capsules, but not with you here. And I'll put some valerian as well. Let's take valerian. There we are. Valerian. Valerian, you don't see it in the office. This is a very rare oil, and you only get it, I think, in 6 years of doTERRA, I caught it once. So it's not producing all the time, which shows, again, purity. Because if you find valerian all year round, when it's not produced all year round, or the sources are weird. That's my full capsule. I don't know what I have on my fingers. Full capsule. And I'm going to take it right now with water, whatever it's left on here. And I'm going to put actually some grapefruit. 1 second. So I can take some grapefruit and green mandarin. So I have here green mandarin, not green Grinch. green mandarin, and grapefruit. So what I'm going to do is, I have a bit of water here. I put, you see, I'm multitasking. I am multitasking. You need to recognize that. I hold capsules, I hold without spilling. I did spill a little bit of the recharge in the beginning of the live. So I have this. So that's my capsule still intact here with all the oils that you've seen. Very good in taste. Amazing. Oh, green mandarin in water. It's heaven. Heaven. So in the mind, you know, when what's happening there, if you have low or magnesium deficiency, it manifests as anxiety, it manifests as depression. You'll start having panic attacks, you'll have irritability, that mental fatigue, brain fog, I don't know, tense. You'll be tense all the time. You'll start overthinking. You will have that inability to relax. This is what's happening if you have deficiency of magnesium. And I'm happy, Gary, that you raised this subject. Okay, that emotional suppression will be leading to the nervous system tension. That's what's happening. You'll feel drained, you'll feel sluggish, you'll feel without energy, you'll feel unable to cope with the daily tasks, all of that. Yeah, and in time, you know, that will reflect on diseases and illnesses, because that's what's happening in the spirit. In the spirit, you need grounding. You need to start to use oils to ground yourself. You need lessons of self-care. You need to slow down, look after yourself, reconnection, meditation, reading, deepening with essential oils in order to calm your mind, to bring stability in your life, okay? To honor your body, because this is where you live until you die. It's your temple. So you need to honor it. You need to rest. You need to replenish it. You need to look after your body. You know, am I giving enough time to myself? Am I giving enough time to recharge? To recharge, exactly like the magnesium. It's called Meta Power Recharge, our electrolytes. Am I giving enough? These ones, yeah, these ones. Look, it says there, Meta Power Recharge. Recharge. Okay, this is what it does. And the conflict for the people who have this low magnesium, it's the tension, or tension, a lot of tension in your body. It's a lot of stress conflict, cortisol, high cortisol. It's that yeah, it's conflict around feeling overloaded, feeling full, unable to support yourself. Okay. Again, magnesium, it's what I recommend. That's what it is. But in order to address the mind and the spirit, you'll need lavender, you'll need Roman chamomile, you'll need frankincense, and we have only 5 days left to get it for free. That's it. Sinus treatment, please. Well, I had sinuses problems myself 2 days ago. I still have it a little bit, and I just deepen with all the oils. I can't give a solution right now, because I deepen with everything, literally. And after I finish this live, I will go and deepen with some more, because that's what I do. I take capsules throughout the day. I love it. I use the oils every day. I deepen with them. I find them my best friends. I can't live without them. It's just part of my life. It's part of who I am. If you take my oils, you take everything from me. But yeah, if you want to start immediately, and if you are using oils, use peppermint and air. Use eucalyptus. Use Siberian fir. Use this immediately, because that will open your airways. Why are you going on my desk? No, it should be on my body, not on my desk. I'm talking to air. I'm talking to my friend air, because one of the drops went on my desk. You should be on my body, isn't it? Yeah. And this is how you inhale it, but I inhale it for much longer. I inhale it literally like a lot more. Yeah, much longer. Okay, it's now 10 minutes past 5. I need to shoot off to the gym at least half an hour before I go to where I need to go this evening. Thank you so much again for being here. I really enjoy being with you here. Hello, love. Well, hello. Hello, you came late to the party. You're always late to the party. What can you do? Let me close the YouTube first.